Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning, one of Barnett Street lockup escapees fatally shot by cops. Edgar Spence, who escaped from police custody at the Barnett Street Police Station lockup in Montego Bay, St. James on Saturday, was fatally shot during a reported confrontation with the police in Valley Heights, St. James on Saturday afternoon. The development was shared in a post on the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Facebook page. The constabulary said further information will be provided on the incident. Spence, a 42-year-old resident of Flower Hill, St. James, had been charged with the possession of a prohibited weapon and other crimes. He was one of 5 prisoners who escaped custody from the lockup between the hours of 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. on Saturday. The JCF said the search for the remaining escapees continues. They are 36-year-old Tydell Ferguson of Mountain View, Greenwood, St. James, who is charged with larceny of motor vehicle, 22-year-old Tyrese Brown of Albertown, Trelawney, who is charged with murder and rape, 23-year-old Daniel McIntosh of Peddlers Lane, Mount Salem, St. James, who is charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and more, 43-year-old Maurice Belnavis of Greens Paradise, Norwood, St. James, who is charged with simple larceny. Anyone who may have information on the whereabouts of the above persons is urged to contact a police emergency at 119, Crime Stop at 311, the National Intelligence Bureau tip line at 811, or the nearest police station. Attorney says a client escaped jail because of how he was being treated. A defense lawyer has argued that his client's decision to flee from custody 4 years ago was motivated by dissatisfaction with the way he was being treated. The man, the attorney said, was kept waiting for processing without any food or drink and was later placed in a cell that provided an opportunity for him to leave. Attorney Adrian Days made the remarks during Alberto Doman's bail hearing at the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. Doman was previously featured on the Jamaica Constabulary Force's popular social media post Wanted Wednesdays, and on August 2, 2020, he was arrested. According to court documents, the 27-year-old was placed in a cell at the Springmount Police Station in South St. James. Subsequent investigations revealed that he had absconded from the facility. The authorities examined the prison cell and discovered a gap between the cell bars and the ceiling, and the theory was that this may have facilitated Doman's escape. On November 21 of this year, the defendant visited the police station in the company of his attorney, Donovan Collins, and was subsequently taken into custody and formally charged. During his bail submission on Wednesday before Parish Judge Natisha Fairclough Hilton, defense lawyer Days claimed that various accounts exist regarding the circumstances that led to Doman being perceived as someone who fled from custody. When prompted by the judge to present his most favorable version, Days suggested that the defendant may have been left on a bench by individuals believed to have the authority to detain him. He went on to say that while the individuals in charge of the police station had to address sounds resembling gunshots and were unavailable to inform Doman of his impending confinement in a cell, this resulted in a prolonged waiting period. Sometimes people do get frustrated with the slow process of justice, and they take it on themselves and they say they are going home as they are tired of this, Days said. The lawyer also made note that over the next 4 years, Doman remained within the confines of the community, though he did work for a relative in Kingston for a brief period. When questioned by the judge about the circumstances that brought Doman to the police station on November 21, the lawyer cited information on social media indicating police interest in him, adding that it demonstrates a significant shift in his client's behavior. He sought to explain why his client left the jail 4 years ago. Our intention was not to disregard the system or show disrespect for the force. It was an expression of frustration with how human beings are treated. he thought it was an abuse of process being left without a drink of water, without a meal, or without any consideration for hours, Days said. The attorney also cited reported inadequacies in the cell in which his client had been placed. We are interested in the issue raised by the Crown as to the poor maintenance of the cell. I really don't expect police, knowing that there is a space that persons can go through, to truthfully place prisoners in such a position, he argued. However, he said his client is now a changed individual. The experience of being in custody and the experience of the struggle it took his family and his lawyer to get him here today, this is an experience that would cause him to look at his situation today differently from how he would have looked on it when he was in custody in 2020. The attorney then requested that his client be released for the Christmas holiday, but the judge cited the defendant's 4-year period of evading arrest before turning himself in. Days also inquired about the possibility of revisiting the matter at a later date, prompting the judge to schedule the case for mention on December 17. Doman was remanded in custody until that date. CAC urges consumers to shop smart this Yuletide season. The Consumer Affairs Commission is urging consumers to shop smart this holiday season. Consumers should not face too much difficulty with their grocery budgets this year, as the overall increases for basic items remain manageable, Director of Research at the CAC, Raquel White, said. The CAC's research also revealed significant price disparities between municipal markets and the supermarkets. In some cases, market prices are over 60% lower than supermarket prices. For example, yellow sweet pepper are 100% cheaper in the markets. For traditional Christmas items like fresh produce, prices are high, so people may need to consider frozen or canned alternatives or purchase smaller quantities, White said. The director is encouraging consumers to compare prices, weigh the options, and prioritize the purchases to navigate the mixed landscape of this year's holiday market. She further noted that the findings of the consumer's annual price tracking analysis also indicated that some items experienced the price reductions, offering consumers a bit of relief. The Consumer Affairs Commission is an agency under the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. It is responsible for ensuring that shoppers have adequate information to make informed choices. Morris calls for resignation of UDC chairman. Opposition spokesman on housing, Professor Floyd Morris, has called for the resignation of Norman Brown, who chairs the Urban Development Corporation and the Housing Agency of Jamaica. Brown is a director of Estate Bridge, a company that the Integrity Commission has accused of breaching a building permit issued to it by the Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. In his State of the Nation debate in the Upper House on Friday, Morris indicated that action was taken against Mark Barnett, the former president of the National Water Commission, when the Integrity Commission noted that a development he jointly undertook breached an environmental permit during the construction. This report about Estate Bridge has been tabled in the Parliament from Tuesday of this week, and I want to say, up to this point, I have not heard anybody calling for the resignation of the chairman of UDC and HEJ who is involved in this breach, Morris said. Continuing, the opposition spokesman declared, I want to take this opportunity to say to the chairman of the UDC and the HEJ that he must resign immediately, just like what was required of Mark Barnett, the president of the National Water Commission. However, Barnett was sent on administrative leave in the wake of the IC report. Morris argued that the only way the government can win back the trust and the confidence of Jamaicans is if they hold the people responsible for breaches. He rebuked those he claimed were hugging up corrupt practices. An investigation report from the IC, which was tabled in Parliament on Tuesday, found that a Beverly Hills St. Andrew Townhouse complex constructed by Estate Bridge breached a building permit issued by the KSAMC. The IC says the development has 4 4-bedroom townhouses instead of 4 two-bedroom townhouses as approved by the KSAMC. Kevin Stevenson, the IC's Director of Investigations, said the breaches of the building permit were deliberate. The directors of Estate Bridge are Brown, Sijia Anderson, and Adam Holness, the son of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is the sole director and a shareholder of Imperium Investments Holding Limited, a company that had shares in Estate Bridge at the time the permit was granted in July 2021. In a statement Tuesday night, Estate Bridge rejected the IC report that it breached the building law in the construction of the apartment complex. The company's directors said at no time did the KSAMC observe a breach in the room count during its inspections. Since that time, Mayor of Kingston Andrew Swaby has demanded a written report from the KSAMC's Chief Engineering Officer on the construction of the complex. At the same time, the Prime Minister, in a separate statement, said he was concerned that he was being targeted. "I am not a director of the company, which is the subject of the report, and I am not a shareholder in the company, nor do I own the property in question. Therefore, it is a puzzle to me why I am a subject of this report," Holness said. The Director of Investigation came to his conclusion on the basis that at least one director, Brown, had knowledge of the alleged breaches prior to December 4, 2023, when he gave a statement to the Commission that the development consisted of 4 four-bedroom townhouses. According to Stevenson, Brown himself stated that he had a supervisory function in relation to the development, and Anderson indicated that Brown was the director who was generally responsible for Estate Bridge's business operations. The Commission said Brown, in a witness statement he signed, declared as the truth that on December 4, 2023, the development consisted of 4 four-bedroom townhouses. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.